All right, we're going to be starting off with the warm-up today. I wanted to welcome everybody, Estera Fitness here in the beautiful Dominican Republic. And we're just going to be getting our body warmed up here. So getting the shoulders. Still want to keep your core nice and tight and focusing on our breathing. All right, we're going to get ready for some side reaches here. So reach on over to the side. You want to give yourself a little mini hug with the other arm. And you want to feel this in your obliques. You want to continue on with this movement, focusing on your breathing. Awesome. Now we're going to get into an open arm into toe reach. So you're going to open up that chest, take a deep breath in, and then reach for the toes. If you can't reach your toes right now, that's okay. Just reach for the knees. And then with every breath, when you bring those arms up, you can try to inch your way a little bit deeper. Try to feel that feeling in your hamstrings. We're going to get ready into some quad stretches here, so butt kicks. So you want to try to reach for the bum, keeping that core tight, feeling that nice stretch in those quads. Focusing on our breathing. Getting ready for some half circles right away. So the front, we want to stretch out those hip flexors. And then we're going to do the other half of the circle in the back where we feel that stretch in the hamstring. So here, join me here, keeping that core tight. Try to make sure that lower back doesn't stay super curved. You want to try to make sure you feel this only in the hamstrings. All right, getting ready for some ankle rolls here. So just subtle movements. All right, we're going to get ready for our next exercise right away. So join me for lap number 1. All right, first we're going to start with a push-up. So if you need to go down to the knees, that is totally okay. Just make sure you're keeping your chest open, a nice long neck, and we want to try to control this movement. So we're doing 10 of these, and then when we're done 10, we're going to do some plank kicks. So get ready, keeping that core nice and tight. Join me with those plank kicks, so one leg at a time. You are free to use a band above the knees or around the ankles if you wish. Keeping that core tight at all times. Make sure we're not swinging our legs up into the sky. We want to control every move. All right, join me for the next exercise on your feet. 3 ice skaters into a mild burpee, which means there's no jumping for the burpee. It's the same movements as a burpee, but we're not doing any jumping, not yet anyway. So I'm going to be showing you the slower variation of this. If you want, you can pick up the pace and add some jumps in. So it's 3 ice skaters into a burpee, keeping that core nice and tight, keeping that chest proud. I'm going to be picking up the pace after this rep here. So if you want to join me, if you have not done so already, we're going to add those hops as wide as possible, add the hop, and get down into that push-up. Again, if you need to use your knees for the push-up, totally fine. The goal is to keep that core nice and strong at all times. We got about 6 more to go, so keeping that core nice and tight. If you need to reduce that impact, you can slow it right down and just focus on the reaches and breaking down each move. Focus on keeping that core tight. If you need to reduce the impact for the burpee, you are free to bring one leg back at a time. Focus on resetting those shoulders and keeping that core tight every time. We're almost there. All right, we got 1 more. Got this. Keep that core tight. Keep the shoulder blades back. All right, we're going to get ready into that tabletop position for exercise number 2. So keeping that core very tight, we want to make sure that the hips are leveled with the ground. So if you need to start this exercise with your hands planted and just focusing on your legs first, you may do so. Once your arm leaves the ground, then you are forced to hold yourself up with only 2 of your limbs. So make sure that you are keeping that core engaged at all times. Finishing up our last exercise here for lap number 1. So I want you to take a 20-second rest. All right, 5 seconds remaining on the clock here. Get ready for our push-ups, and we're going to do our plank kicks. Get ready. So again, you are free to have your knees on the ground. If you have a bench nearby, you can do an incline push-up, and that'll help you to practice your push-ups without being on the knees. Remember, keeping that core tight. Get ready for those plank kicks here. And remember, we're not swinging our legs around. We only bring our legs up as high as we can until we feel that nice squeeze in our glutes. Try to keep those hips leveled. We're going to finish it up here and get ready to stand on your feet. Ice skaters 3. So I'm going to start picking up the pace much quicker than I did last time. Right now I'm just showing the lighter variation. And here we go. Reach it and jump. Remember, pushing those knees apart. We're not caving our knees in. If you need to bring your legs back one at a time and then bring them back in one at a time, that is an option for you as well. Focus on keeping that core tight. Try to gain as much distance between the ice skaters as possible. Use those arms to help you with this movement, keeping the shoulder blades back. Keep jumping up as high as you can. Keeping that core tight. All right, we're almost there. We got 3 more to go. Keeping that core tight. Let's go. Again, if you need to reduce that impact, go ahead and do that. I just want you guys to keep moving. Get those arms up high. Last one here. And jump and bring those legs back into that push-up. Good job. Get ready for that tabletop position here. Again, if you need to start with your arms planted and just using your legs for now, and then you can add your arms in after. So we're focusing on 5 each. Remember, we don't want to drop the core. We want to make sure the core is very tight. We want to imagine that we're tying the belly button into the spine. Finishing up lap 2. We're going to meet you back for lap number 3, our final lap. Five seconds of our rest remaining. We're going to finish the last lap together, but stick around because we have a bonus exercise at the end. Let's get into those push-ups. No, we may be feeling a little bit tired now, but don't give up. We're almost there. This is our last round, and then we have a little exercise at the end just for a bonus round. I know you have what it takes. Let's go for those kicks, keeping that core very tight. So imagine we are tying that belly button into the spine to avoid any drooping of the core. You want to feel this in your glutes. Last 2 kicks. Get ready to stand on your feet for those ice skaters and burpees. Let's go. Remember, keeping our shoulder blades back when we're doing those ice skaters. We want to make sure that we're bracing that core and covering as much ground as possible. If you need to reduce that impact, you simply just step it back like we did in the beginning with one leg crossing behind the other. All right, we got about 7 more to go, so take your time. If you need to pause in between those hops, keeping that core nice and tight. We want to make sure we're not speeding through this exercise. We want to feel this with every move, keeping those shoulder blades back, avoiding any shrugging in our shoulders. You got this. We're almost there. Come on, if we need to break this down, if you want to just focus on those ice skaters for the remaining set, or if you want to just focus on those push-ups for the remaining set, you can just break it down and just focus on those for right now. But we're almost there. Keeping that chest proud, shoulder blades back. Remember your points. Core has to be engaged. You can step it back if you need to. Just make sure you're controlling every single move. We're almost there. Woo! One more really good one. Let's go. And then we're going to get ready to stay in that tabletop position. Here we go. Exercise number 2, 5 each side. Remember keeping those hips leveled. I want to focus on keeping that core up in the spine to avoid any curving in our lower back. Finishing it strong. Now get ready for our bonus exercise. We're going to stay low here in a plank. If you want to just hold your plank rather than reaching, you may do so. But I'm using my forearms for this. If you need to be on your hands, you can certainly do a high plank. And just keep that core tight. Avoid any swinging in your hips. One more reach each side. And boom, did it! And stick around just from a personal message from your coach. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you guys so much for doing the workout with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I would love to see you guys try this exercise. Don't forget to tag me on Instagram at sterafitness.training. Thank you so much for coming. Woo!